Welcome back to Money News. You know, last night we told you about the story of Procorp. That's the builder in New South Wales that fell into administration. They had about 90 homes under construction. And of course, it means many of those people who they were building homes for have got a very nervous wait going into Christmas. Indeed, many of those people will be covered by the home warranty insurance, in fact, called the Home Owners Warranty Insurance in New South Wales. But the truth is that there are some holes in that insurance, just trying to work out who you are insured with, for example. That's one thing you have to work out and ascertain before you actually sign up. And I'll tell you what, since we've actually covered that story last night and spoke to not only people who were affected by it, but also clearly as well, we spoke to the administrator, I've had a really interesting note that's been sent to me. Now, this is from Simon Campbell. He acts for Montgomery Homes. He's a part of that business, which he says in his email to me is about the same size as Procorp. Now, what he's got a problem with is the fact that if you have a half reasonable credit rating, that you should be able to let the public know that you are in a relatively strong financial position. And that, to me, seems to make an awful lot of sense. He joins me now. Simon Campbell, who is the Operations Manager for Montgomery Homes. I appreciate your time.
Hello, Ross. How are you going?
Good, thank you. So explain this to me. What changed in New South Wales that meant that builders were going to be rated in this way?
Well, a couple of years ago, all the insurers in New South Wales actually pulled out of the homeowners warranty insurance. It wasn't profitable. So the state government had to step in and take over homeowners warranty to keep the building industry going. And what they did was they assessed all builders in New South Wales and gave them a credit rating.
So they gave them a credit rating. Can you explain one thing to me? Last night when we spoke to the administrator of Procorp, he indicated that the homeowners warranty insurance was with QBE. How is it with QBE if the state government has taken it over?
I don't understand the exact way it's run, but I think the State Treasury underwrites the insurance with QBE.
Oh, I understand. So as a result, though, the physical insurance may be with QBE, the actual risk is underwritten by the state government.
As I understand it.
That's an interesting point. Okay, so you and every other builder, licensed builder in the state, has got a credit rating or a risk rating to allow you to have the insurance issued against the various building projects that you're doing. Why is it that they won't let you publicise that rating?
I really don't know, Ross. I asked for it on the phone and by email because we thought what a great marketing tool, because we are one of the high-rated builders, purely to give the public that information to make a more informed choice. And I think it was the risk. Basically, I think they were worried that clients could blame them because they made the decision based on the rating. I think that was their only argument as to why they couldn't do it. It really wasn't satisfactory in my view.
So in other words, what you're saying is you believe that the state government, which has the ratings of the builders, so therefore has information that the public could use to ascertain as to whether they should go with builder A or builder B, they could look at the quotes and then figure out whether they're going to take the risk with the lower rated builder, or alternatively they could actually say, well, I know they're safe, I'll pay a bit extra. That would be actually valuable information, surely.
Definitely. The client from last night's show from Procorp said he did due diligence on Procorp. Now, I don't know how you would do that because unless you had a credit rating, you can't get their financials. All you're basically going to go is probably go around to subcontractors and ask if they're paid on time. That's probably the only due diligence you can do.
Well, I guess the other way you could potentially do it is to go one of the Vita Advantage or go to perhaps Dun & Bradstreet and try and do some credit reference check on them. But I would even think that that's a fairly big ask to be able to get the right information out of those services, given the fact that some of these builders clearly are also always running relatively close to the breeze.
Exactly. It works for everybody. The only people it doesn't work for, this credit rating being out to the public, is the builders that aren't financially secure. It makes builders clean up their balance sheets because they think, I want a good rating so the public, I've got more chance of a higher market share. Even builders like us that have got a good credit rating, it's an incentive to get it even better.
But there's a second point also. When you go into a tender situation for a building project, you come up against lower-rated builders that you know that you've got to potentially undercut your prices to try and keep up with them.
That's exactly. We lost a job. I won't give you specifics, but a couple of weeks ago we lost a job that we were undercut substantially. And the builder in question, who I won't name, went into administration 3 years ago, and their creditors had to take an 80% hit on the amount they were owed, and they were able to trade out of it. But now this builder's doing it again. I think it's just not fair to the financially secure builders.
And it's certainly not fair to the public, it would seem either. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to chase this down. We'll try and get on to maybe Mike Baird's office, the Treasurer, and find out why it is that people can't get access to these ratings. But you raise an absolutely brilliant point, not one that I understood. Simon Campbell, as I say, the operations manager for Montgomery Homes, and if you've got that information that the public could use, very good question you raise. Why not use it? Very good. Thanks so much for your time, Simon.
Thanks, Ross. Cheers.